Well, there's no question that Medicare supplement plans offer fantastic coverage. Now, there's also no question that there's a ton of companies that offer them in many different areas, as well as all those different plan letters. Well, we know that Medicare Plan G is the most popular plan, and we know it's one of the best, of course, with just that one small deductible. However, I'll get a little deeper into it with Mutual of Omaha's Medicare Supplement Plan G benefits and how they might be the very best choice for you. Now, Mutual of Omaha Plan G really offers fantastic coverage, but all the companies have the same Plan G. If you're new to Medicare, some of this material might be a little new to you, so I'll start with the basics. Every Medicare supplement plan is standardized by the government. Now, what does that mean? Well, it simply means the government says to all the insurance carriers, you can put out all of these different plans and charge various premiums. However, if you charge a plan, or if you offer a Plan G, it absolutely needs to be the same coverage of what we say. That makes shopping a little easier because Plan G is the same whether you go with Mutual of Omaha, Aetna, Cigna. They all offer the same Plan G. However, they all charge different rates for it, which is why we do what we do. Now, my name is Russell Noga. I'm the founder of Medisupps.com. We are an independent insurance agency. That means we offer these plans at the same price as if you went direct to the insurance carrier. However, the big benefit, one that I highly recommend you use us for, is that we shop all of the companies at once. This means you're not just getting one premium from one company and you don't know the rest, and you could be overpaying. It's very easy to do that. And that also allows us to see who's got a household discount. Maybe you qualify for one of those. But it keeps you in the best spot when shopping for Medicare supplement insurance. And now that we know that the plans are standardized, let's just go back to what is Medicare Plan G. Well, Part A and Part B Medicare are what you get when it comes with original Medicare. Part A covers hospitalization, Part B covers doctor services. A Medigap plan comes in and helps pay some of the gaps, which are expenses that Part A and Part B don't cover. You're required to pay those. So a Medigap plan can come in, depending on the plan, could cover most of those or maybe just some of those. With a Medicare Plan G, you're getting the granddaddy of them all in terms of it pays almost everything for you 100%. In fact, there's only one out-of-pocket expense when it comes to Plan G, and that is the Medicare annual Part B deductible. Prior to Medicare paying 80% of your medical bills for doctor services, they make you pay a deductible. So they say, now we're in 2020, that deductible amount is $198. So Medicare says, sure, we'll come in and pay 80% of your bills, but you have to pay the first $198 of them. Now, that's the 2020 deductible. It'll go up slightly next year as it does every year. Now, if you have a Medicare Plan G, especially a Mutual of Omaha one, of course, it will pick up 100% of those gaps of Medicare after you pay the deductible. Let me break this down a little simpler. You start on Medicare and you get a Medicare Plan G. You pay the first $198 of your doctor's bills, at least in 2020, and then you get no bills for the rest of the year. Let's talk a little bit about Mutual of Omaha's Medicare Supplement Plan G rates, because that matters, right? How much does this all cost? Well, again, these plans are standardized and every carrier has different rates. We need to look to see if Mutual of Omaha is the best option for you in your state. The good thing is they offer a 12% household discount in many states, not all of them. They have a smaller discount in some other states. And you just need to live with somebody over the age of 60. So that's fantastic when we can take advantage of that. And that really brings the premiums down. But you typically are one of the most competitive rates. And again, we can check that for you and see how they match up against the other carriers for their Plan G. Now, there's another supplement plan called Plan N, and we can discuss that when we get on the phone as well, which has even lower premiums than Plan G, but it doesn't have quite as much coverage. So if you're interested in learning more about Mutual of Omaha's Medicare Supplement Plan G, the easiest way to do that, just give me a call. We're at 1-888-891-0229. There's just a small group of us here, but we've been doing this over a decade and having helped over 10,000 people now with their Medicare insurance. We know a thing or two. We've been around the block, and we've seen a lot of companies go and come through the years. However, Mutual of Omaha has been around since they started Medicare, so that's not too bad. They're a solid company, a high financial rating, and they could be the best option for you, but give us a call and we'll find out. Again, my name is Russell Noga with Medisupps.com. I look forward to speaking with you soon.